Welcome to my maintenance guide for the Bambu Lab H2D. In this guide, we'll cover the monthly, quarterly, and some general tips to keep your H2D running in tip-top shape. Many of these steps are similar for the other members of the H2 family, and you can follow this guide as well, where applicable. Please visit Bambu Lab's official wiki for complete instructions. I've made every effort to follow their listed steps verbatim, although I will tell you how I modify these steps for easier use or better results. The guide to the wiki is in the video description. Now, let's get started. First, gather your cleaning kit. Here are the products you'll see me use in this video: isopropyl alcohol, microfiber cloths, super lube synthetic oil, a small bottle with needle applicator tips, Moto Floss, Lucas White lithium grease, a 3D printed lithium grease nozzle, my Vogma V9 air duster, and a handheld vacuum. I'll post some links in the video description in case you'd like to pick up any of these products. Before starting any maintenance, be sure to power down the printer. I recommend lowering the heat bed all the way to the bottom before turning it off. Since you'll need to power it on again at various stages, I'd recommend leaving it plugged in. The first item on the list is the X-axis assembly. To clean and lubricate the X-axis assembly, Bambu recommends using a non-woven cloth to wipe the X-axis assembly, and the belt can also be cleaned at the same time. Once that is complete, move the tool head to the other side to expose the obscured section of the X-axis linear rail and perform the same cleaning operation. After cleaning the dust and debris from the surface of the X-axis assembly, it is recommended to apply lubricating oil to the rail and move the tool head left and right to evenly distribute the oil on the rail. Please note that both the upper and lower sides of the rail need to be lubricated. This is where the bottle with the needle applicator really comes in handy. Before we take on the Y-axis, I'd like to thank Maker Parts 3D for supporting the channel. Just look at these items I was able to pick up at their website. I was able to get a couple of new Bambu CryoGrip build plates, as well as a couple of nozzles to keep my Bambu Lab printers in top shape. But they carry much more than just parts for Bambu Lab printers. You can get items for your Creality, FlashForge, Elegoo, or any cubic machines also. Not to mention they carry laser engravers and 3D scanners. Wow! I have an affiliate link in the video description, so if you need anything, please click on that link and help support the channel. Now, back to the maintenance. Next up, the Y-axis linear rods. First, clean the Y-axis linear rod with a non-woven cloth sprayed with alcohol. Then move the tool head to clean the obscured parts of the rod. After thoroughly cleaning the linear rod, apply lubricating oil to it. Again, I'll use this small bottle filled with the Super Lube synthetic oil, which makes this process a breeze. Once oiled, move the tool head back and forth on the rod to evenly distribute the lubricating oil. This helps to ensure thorough lubrication of the Y-axis linear rod. Make sure to clean and lubricate both the left and right side rods. Next, we'll take on the Z-axis linear rods. Wrap a non-woven cloth around the Z-axis linear rod. Move it up and down to wipe and ensure the linear rod is cleaned thoroughly. Next, apply lubricating oil to the linear rod. You should only use oil on the linear rod. We'll save the grease for the next step. In addition to the linear rod on the left side, there are also linear rods on the right side and the inner side inside the H2D. The same cleaning and lubrication procedures need to be carried out for the two other linear rods. Here's where things get fun. First, we need to clean the Z-axis lead screws. Bambu recommends using the same cloth and motion to wipe the lead screw. I find this only pushes the old dirty grease into the grooves of the lead screw. A much better solution is this DuPont Moto Floss. Simply wrap the Moto Floss around the lead screw twice and then pull it back and forth to really get in there and clean out the old grease. It might take you a moment or two to get the hang of it, but once you do, you'll be set from then on. You may need a set of needle nose pliers or tweezers to help you pass the floss around the rear lead screw. Make sure to clean all three lead screws before applying new grease. To apply new grease, I highly recommend printing out this grease applicator by BR1ACC on MakerWorld. It screws onto the tube of grease and makes the application much easier and more precise. You don't need to add much, just squeeze the tube and run it up or down the lead screw. Once lubrication is complete, power up the printer and control the movement of the heat bed up and down on the printer screen. This is to ensure that the lubricating oil and grease fully penetrate the Z-axis lead screw and linear rods. Before continuing with cleaning and maintenance work, please turn off the printer. Now we'll move on to the left nozzle linear rail. To clean and lubricate the lifting rail of the left nozzle assembly, we first need to remove the dual extruder filament guide. Bambu has this handy tool that you can print to make this process just a bit easier and to ensure the parts stay in place. Once the guide is removed, use tweezers to clear any debris and then apply lubricant to both sides of the rail. I can't even imagine doing this without the needle applicator. After completing the maintenance of the nozzle lifting rail, it is necessary to operate the switching of the left and right nozzles on the screen 3 to 5 times to allow the oil to fully infiltrate and spread, so power on the printer and accomplish this task. When complete, power down the printer before attempting any more maintenance. Nice work! You've just completed the monthly maintenance tasks. Remember to go into your assistant and let them know that you've completed all of your tasks. Now we'll move on to the quarterly maintenance. Every 3 months, there are a few different items that need attention. We'll start with the Toolhead. Acrylic and alcohol don't do well together, so I'd avoid getting that on the clear cover. I use a dry cloth for this part. With that complete, you can use your cloth with some alcohol to clean the part cooling fan duct and then focus on cleaning the markers on both hot ends to ensure they are clearly visible. Also, wipe the silicone socks of the hot ends. Next, remove the clear tool head cover and then wipe the extruder front cover, extruder filament guide, left and right cutters, and the top of the extruder to ensure that the dust is thoroughly cleaned. Clean the top of the extruder idlers, remove the PTFE tube and wipe it, then clean the pneumatic connectors. Repeat the same cleaning process for the other PTFE tube as well. This is a good time to inspect the condition of the tubing and clean the drag chain. Next up, cameras. First, the nozzle and tool head cameras. Clean the nozzle camera lens and the bottom of the tool head with a non-woven cloth sprayed with alcohol. After cleaning the nozzle camera, proceed to wipe down the tool head camera lens. Then, use a non-woven cloth sprayed with alcohol to wipe the lens of the live camera. Now we'll move on to the activated carbon air filter cover. Press down on the top of the activated carbon air filter cover with your hand. Pull out the cover outward to unlock the top buckle and remove the activated carbon air filter cover. When removing the air filter, place a piece of paper under the air filter to prevent dust from falling into the printer's interior. Brush off the dust from both sides of the filter cover. Then, use a non-woven cloth sprayed with alcohol to wipe the filter cover clean. While we're in here, let's clean the interior of the chamber exhaust fan. Wipe the activated carbon filter slot inside the right inner lining with a non-woven cloth sprayed with alcohol. Next, clean the chamber exhaust fan with a brush, moving the fan blades to clean the dust on each blade. Well, at least that's what Bambu says you should do. I usually hold the fan blades still and use my Vogma air duster to blow this area out. After cleaning is completed, install the new activated carbon filter into the right inner lining of the printer. Then insert the activated carbon filter cover diagonally into the inner lining with the 5 bottom pins inserted into the inner lining. Push the activated carbon filter cover inward, ensuring the top 4 buckles and 1 stopper are securely fastened inside the inner lining. Congratulations! You've just completed the quarterly maintenance. Last, we'll discuss some general cleaning items. I find that keeping this small handheld vacuum right next to my printers allows me to make quick work of tidying up those stray bits of filament that accumulate from time to time. I also like to blow out the dust now and again. Since you've got the printer powered down at the moment, it's also a great time to clean the glass with Windex and give the exterior and interior a quick wipe down. All right, you did it. Your machine is ready to turn back on and get back to making your life a bit more fun, or back to making money in my case. If this video helped you, please take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future 3D printing maintenance, upgrade, and how-to videos. Also, check the description below for the links for the oils, grease, and applicators I use. They make this maintenance much easier and cleaner. As always, I enjoy the time that we get to spend together here on the channel. Let's keep on learning, burning, printing, and growing together. Take care, everyone.